All right, everybody, welcome back to SDAT 2024. We are here with Donkey Kong Country 3, and I don't think we need any more. What's the word there? I've completely blanked. All right, here we go. Take it away, JetPastel and the crew, as we have a tri-cast commentary for this run.
Hi. Hello. We got the Donkey Kong Country 3. All Kong letters thanks to your generous donations. I got A10 CJ with me.
Hello.
Got Blue Imp, who is extremely knowledgeable about the inner workings of this video game.
Hello.
And it's me, Basement. And yep, without any further ado, I think we're about ready to get into this.
In ado, that was the word.
That's,
yes.
We got it. We made it.
All right, go ahead and count it down for Jet whenever you guys are ready.
Yep. 3, 2, 1. Smurf.
Good luck.
All right. So right out the gate, there's a funny trick here. You hold left as you enter this, and it skips some dialogue. Going a little rogue here because as part of the rules of this category, we have done a cheat code which will give us all of the bonus coins as soon as we finish this banana bird cave here. 85, just like that. That's
This
gonna
allows
let
us
us.
Oh,
Hmm?
go ahead. Oh, I was
No,
just going to
you
ask.
got
This
this.
allows us to access the Lost World, right?
Yep. Because this is all Kong letters, we have to play all the stages. Normally, you'd have to get all the bonus coins, but we're gonna not do that.
Hey, Basement, why was there a solar eclipse on the map?
It's a great question. So now that we've done that, normally you would warp through these levels for any percent, but because we have to get the Kong letters, we will not be doing that. So you get warpless for free on top of all that. But Worlds 1 and 2, you would typically not see for more than a couple of seconds. You just go into every level, you go to the warp, and then you get out of here. G's in that bird. But you're going to get to see just some DLC content in these first couple of worlds. As is typical with like any Donkey game, rolling is a lot faster than any other form of movement. Rolling through guys is even faster. This game has a few pretty notable differences compared to the other two. Ooh. Okay, that's on purpose. I forgot.
Yeah.
You clipped through that.
So the iframes allow you to go through the closed doors?
Yeah, I believe it's version exclusive as well to click through these doors.
That doesn't work in U. But yeah, you in this game, neither of the guys is faster really on the ground. But there's still quite a lot of differences between Dixie and Kitty. They're like a lot more minimal to notice, but very impactful in the speedrun setting. We'll be going over as they become relevant.
Dixie got pretty nerfed in this game. All of her
True.
speed values got reduced, and some animation timings got reduced as well from DKC2.
It's so true.
Magic.
Kind of sad, actually.
It's kind of painful, for sure. So the water in this level pushes you back, and as a result, we're going to want to spend as little time in it as possible. Sticking as close to the top, hovering, bouncing, like whatever. You don't want to be in there.
Hard stage to play warpless, because the water's pushing you back all the time.
Yeah. Some clever use of each of the Kong's little aerial abilities here to stay out of there. cool little damage boost to get that G from behind instead of having to like swim under the guy and then words. So at the start of any ice level, you want to jump instead of doing the little buffered roll at the start. It's just a little trick, and that was a just defend, which is a very cool thing in DKC3. Those little pink guys, the clamp-ons, they're supposed to bite you if you roll into them from the front, but the game doesn't actually check your like facing or they're facing. It checks the like input, checks the direction that's being held on the D-pad. So if you flick left right as you roll into that guy, the game thinks you're behind him because it says you're going left and he's facing left, so you got this, and then it just lets you roll through him. A really cool trick. It's very like satisfying because there's like variable degrees of success when it comes down to like how well you hit it.
You can do that in DKC2 with the Spinies, but it's more annoying. There's another cool trick
You can do
as
it with
well,
cutlasses
the alley
too, I
skip.
believe. Shout out to Ellie Skip, by the way. That's actually an extremely difficult trick where you slide under the transformation barrel here and skip the entire gimmick of the stage. We normally be Ellie the elephant. She's slow. You have to deal with these rats that she's afraid of. There's like a whole thing with like picking up barrels and stuff like that, but you can just like slide under the barrel and be Dixie.
In the spirit of the last run, can we get a heck Ellie in chat?
I can't agree on that one.
Let's see what chat thinks.
I'm an Ellie fan.
Yeah, Ellie.
She controls much better than Rambi for sure.
But she's slow.
She is slow. It's true.
She's afraid of rats.
She is
shoots
afraid
water,
of rats.
though.
It's true, but okay, when she's afraid of rats, she does go very fast.
Can Rambi shoot water? I don't think so.
Rambi cannot shoot water. It's true. So this boss is, unlike every other boss in DKC3, pretty easy to do. There's a little micro optimization there where he like team throws to get the hit just a little bit faster, but every other boss in this game is wild.
Getting hopeless there for the second hit is not easy at all.
It's not easy, but it's like such an extra little micro optimization.
Yeah.
Doesn't that save like 20 frames or something?
Probably saves very little, as is usual with the DKC strats. Like, you think a strat saves a lot of time, and it ends up saving frames, and if you miss it, you die.
Yep.
Most of the time.
So this stage you would zip here, but we got to get that O. So a little heartbreaking on that, but
Are there any other levels where we're doing a zip?
oh, there will be some zips.
Nice.
I assume we're zipping in
Krematoa?
In Krematoa, yeah. Full
Forgot the
disclosure,
name
I'm
of the
not
level.
the most familiar with the all Kong letters route, but we're gonna wing it a little bit. It's a pretty new nope. Try again? Okay. It's a pretty new category as far as like routing goes, pretty recent that the Jet just kind of started doing. Can't say I've fully internalized the route, but we're gonna wing it a little bit.
From what I've seen, it's a lot of fun.
You get to see a lot of the stages, like the next stage even in Warpless
Plus.
Yeah, the next stage even in Warpless you wouldn't see any of it, so it's like actually very different there.
So I saw a swap underwater there. Oh, sorry, good.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, swapping underwater is faster.
Okay, in this game too, as well as
in every Donkey game, pretty much. But it doesn't set up the like airborne shenanigans like it does in DKC2.
Oh.
Yeah, they fixed it for this game.
Super jumps have been fairly thoroughly patched out in this game.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
No going to space.
I don't think you can do them like at all.
Yeah. If there's a way to do it, we don't know how. But we're gonna smash Brash's Twin Galaxies time here. He's gonna get really upset if we were in 103. So this level is probably the most like drastically different in this category compared to pretty much any other Donkey 3 category.
Halalaga Shrai, by the way.
Halalaga Shrai. If you were playing any percent, you would warp. If you were playing warpless, you would clip the gate, because the whole gimmick of this level is that you go up and around and you take out all of these guys, which are like powering the doors, and when you take out all the rats, the doors open. See the little green meter there? There's a door right at the very start of the stage that's right next to the exit, and you do like the whole level, you kill all the rats, and you fall down from the very top all the way back down to the start, and it's like cinematic or whatever. But in warpless, you just clip the door. So any percent doesn't play it, warpless doesn't play it. It's extremely rare to actually see any of this, so you're getting like the hottest DLC content you can imagine for your money on those donations.
Isn't there an entire holiday like around this level?
Yes.
There is.
Every 2-3 or 3-2, depending on your time zone, people get together and they race this level skipless like 20 times.
That's fantastic.
The annual Alalaga Shrai race. Alright. Yee!
Cinematic indeed.
Yeah, you get to see just a little bit of shouts to the bear coin there. Little tricksy location. So yeah, this level would be over already. Like the warp is just right at the start, but we get to play with these bouncing spiders. DKC 3 in general has a lot of things that you only see in one stage. Like, almost every level has something that you can point to and you can say, this isn't in any other level. These spiders, pretty much never seen again.
It does give the levels a lot of originality, IMO.
Yeah, the levels definitely feel very... like crazy, or did we just like not get that? Was there a letter there and we just didn't get it?
I'm not too familiar with the route as well.
Yeah, it might be crazy. I may
Wait
be
till we get to the
stupid.
next letter and then we'll see.
I may be
Yeah.
Oh no, going back.
Don't worry about it.
I'm a big fan of games that do.
Alright, we're a little dead. We're a little dead.
The one. Every level has its own kind of unique gimmick. Those are really fun.
This game definitely went pretty ham with that idea. There are a lot of some people do not care for that element of this game, which is a conversation that could be had for sure. Yeah, there's no O.
Yeah, no O.
We're O-less.
Well, I think we're gonna have to redo it then. Unless we just want to pretend.
What if...
Right, okay, so didn't get the G, so yeah, gonna go
we didn't
back
get
and
the-
redo it.
We
then.
got the G. We got the O. Marathon moment, people.
It happens.
It happens.
While
I have
we're-
never commentated a completion category of a donkey run for a marathon where somebody hasn't forgotten something.
Oh, yeah.
While we're redoing this level, I'm going to take just a second here to
Go for
say,
it.
hey, you guys remember when you were in school and you had an assignment that you forgot was due and you had to like rush to get that assignment? That's how I'm starting to feel about this Kirby Air Ride incentive for the 5 hot dogs run. So here's what I want to do. I want to have a $5 train, and in honor of both this game and the next one, I want you to tell me what your favorite letter is, and then I want you to tell me what your favorite hot dog topping is. So get some $5 train donations in, put them towards the incentives, and I will be happy to read them off, and we will compare notes on who has the favorite letter and who has the best hot dog topping.
Shoutouts to Kirby's Air Ride. That game is super cool.
Shoutouts to hot dogs too. There.
Shoutouts to hot dogs, absolutely. All right, we got all the letters. So as a
The
note,
G.
the rules of the category explicitly state you have to form a balloon with the letters for it to count as all Kong letters. You can't. I was like talking about the possibility of like getting the K and then warping to the end and getting the G. It's like no, disallowed. Cannot do this.
That's a good rule, but could he have start selected after getting the G? Because he already beat the level.
Unsure.
Get us another alley skip here.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this is a cool one too. So we let the barrel bob because it goes up and down in the water low enough to like move the camera down to despawn the barrel. It's a really elaborate setup and it's really creative.
Yeah, shoutouts to Glenn for fighting that strat. Code that Glenn can.
Glenn was here just a second ago for DKC2. Really cool guy. This level without Ellie is extremely interesting because like normally you have to like deal with making, but we get a roll bounce over it, and there's also just some really cool stuff you get. Like we saw on the bees and then grab the TNT barrel like to blow up the one that was on top of him. That was another really creative piece of movement. A lot of this is co-opted from 103, which is the like full completion category of this game, and that's a really sick run. It's nice to see like that movement tech get brought over into a shorter category.
On that note, what is the difference between this run and 103?
Well, in 103 you wouldn't grab the Kong letters. You would also have to play all the bonuses. Would not be allowed. That was a flawless boss fight.
Yeah, getting the hits there, throwing the barrel upwards like he was doing, is not easy at all.
That is
Very difficult
really,
strat.
really difficult. You gotta like, you gotta hit him in a very particular like angle, and like his legs will demolish those barrels as they're on the incoming. So it can go wrong really easily. But yeah, in 103 you would not be grabbing the Kong letters. You would be grabbing all the DK barrels, or DK coins, and you would be grabbing all the banana birds. We're not going to be doing any of this, so it's a little bit more condensed. No bonuses, none of that. But we are seeing Warpless, and we are seeing we're going to see Krematoa, which will add a little bit of spice to the run. This level is really fun. In any percent, this would be the first level that doesn't have a warp. It'd be kind of like where the game kind of wakes up a little bit. This climb is really cool, and you can squeeze out some, very nice, some like frames to juke that fireball cycle there, and it's really satisfying. That's the B jump, which is another very precise bit of movement. Very easy to get hit there, but Jet's not going to do that because he's goated.
Did you call these fireballs? Because they look like cheese puffs.
It's definitely a
Cheetos.
Cheeto. Definitely a Cheeto, 100% of the time. Very cool damage boost here. Because the goal here is to go to the left to get to this rope to go back to the right, but we kill Kitty and get up there a little bit faster. Stage. And now, we get to take a nap. DKC3 is a heck of a game. You play 2 worlds with warps in it to do Eric, it's a really hard boss, and then you get to play 2 auto-scrollers.
Yo, I hear auto-scroller?
You did hear auto-scroller. Anything to tell me about hot dogs? Because we're going to be here for a while.
I do. So, my good friend Stupid Ketchup has donated $10 to be an overachiever, because that's 2 contributions to the $5 train. So, Stupid Ketchup says, my favorite letter is A because it makes me happy when my students succeed. And then also, my favorite hot dog topping is onions, which which I did not expect, given the name Stupid Ketchup.
Naturally, yeah.
And then our good friend Gamer Gland donated $10 just to say Mechanos is World 3.
God
True.
bless.
Uh-oh.
God bless you.
I love you, Glenn.
The third world of DKC3.
Mechanos, the third world of DKC3. It's another auto scroller, by the way. Just as a note, you save the animals in this level. Every rat is 2 frames.
Every rat that you kill.
Yeah, every rat you kill
Yeah.
is 2 frames. They the hit lag slows the level down by 2 frames. But you can keep going.
Yeah, we need more hot dog stories.
Any more hot dogs? Any more donations?
Yeah, we're actually getting less information as donations come in because we got an anonymous $10 donation with no comment. We have no idea what Anonymous's favorite letter or hot dog topping is.
I'm just gonna assume that it was G.
Yeah, I'm going to assume G and mustard.
G is pretty hard. Like, you just gotta say it. G.
G.
That rat was not spared.
I really like how Jet found time to type in chat to say Mechanos' World 4 during his own run. Just
I mean, look what's going on here.
Not much.
This level is truly some skill-intensive gameplay going on here.
I won't say I never died in this level
Definitely
by not paying
died.
attention.
I have definitely died in this level before. Of all the auto scrollers in Donkey, it's like this one, the 2-2 and DKC 1 if you're playing warpless, and then like I feel like Mickey Race. If you're gonna die on an auto scroller in Donkey, those are the ones, right?
Right there, you can do some off-screen movement to hit the flagpole faster.
Yep. You can actually get up there sooner than that, but the flag won't actually be there. It hasn't loaded
Yeah.
yet. So now back to playing the game. Another Just Defend there. It's a lot easier to do a Just Defend on ice or in the next stage, but doing them on these guys is swag and therefore cool. You can technically double Just Defend, but it's insane.
Oh, skipping the spider.
Yeah, the spider's not very fast in this stage, unfortunately. It's actually really easy to accidentally get into that spider. You don't need to kill the guy with the TNT like the game thinks you do. You can actually just kind of like stand on the left side of the cannon and get the spider. But every time you shoot out of a barrel with 2 Kongs, you actually lose time in this game. So in any percent, you would do this level as one guy, but we needed a team throw there a second ago.
Yeah, because the game needs to wait for the second Kong to join the barrel before you're able to shoot.
Yeah, see ya, kitty. Just
Not an auto-scroller, but a pretty slow level coming up.
So this level is at half speed. It's the gimmick, Logi Labyrinth. You move at half speed. Everything occurs at half speed. You jump really high. Despite moving very slow, it's a very technical stage. There's a little trick you could do on the ledges to like kind of get your jump out a little faster. You kind of like micro fall off. But the big thing about this level is that any mistakes you're going to make are going to be magnified, because everything's at half speed, and that includes damage animations, and that includes like recalibrating your movement if you mess up. Now we're Quawks. Quawks, the purple bird. Jet is a fan. I'm gonna reserve my opinions for myself, but he cannot spit the seeds like our boy Squawks can. Instead, he can pick up barrels. Shoutouts to this Vine Clip. Don't worry about it. It's called Vine Clip. The bees' hitboxes don't extend to their faces, so there's a little gap there that you can just kind of squeeze through, and that skips a pretty significant amount of the stage there. G's over here in this little corner. Very nasty place for them to put it, honestly.
I didn't even know it was there.
That one's mean. A little damage boost here to get our Kong order right. And now...
We have one of the hardest strats in the game.
This is gonna be wild. So there are multiple strats to approach this boss. He's normally a very cycle-based, very slow boss fight. But there are a couple ways to skip it, and there's one. Alright. Jet is going for the hardest possible version, which is called Task Hat 2. Oh,
Nice.
every one of these is what's called a 2-1 jump.
They are frame perfect.
Three, double frame perfect even.
Yeah.
It's 2 different frame perfect inputs for every one of these to give you just a little.
Insane, absolutely insane gameplay
4
here.
for 4, incredible technology there. So every one of those, like I said, was a double frame perfect input. When you input a team up, there's a frame where you can push B to get what's called a plink, which puts your character just like a little bit off the ground. Damage boost here. That was flawless. And that's really hard to do. Like,
Yeah, 4 double frame perfect inputs in a row. It's insane.
That's
after you
wild.
get a plink, there's another frame where you can input B to get a very, like the high jump that you saw him do there. So every one of those was a frame perfect input into a frame perfect input. And he got 4 of them in a row. So that was really incredible, actually. We call that Task Chaos. The other variant is a little easier but slower, and going for Task Chaos locks you out of the other strat. So once you go for it, you full send that you are going for Task Chaos. You cannot back it up into the easier one. So some really gamer stuff on display there from Jet, honestly, and he got it, so huge clout to that guy.
Yeah, we should get some donations to celebrate that.
Yeah, true, actually.
Speaking of, we did get one more. Do you got a second?
Yeah, go for it.
We got $5 from CC, who everybody here knows because he is doing a great job behind the scenes of doing the stream setup. But CC says, my favorite letter is C, who would have thought? And I love relish on hot dogs, smiley face. Also, Mechanos is World 3.
You're
God
dang
bless.
right, CC.
And I do want to put one reminder out there for everybody that's donating that you can vote on a poll and a target. You get double your money, double your fun. Just the same dollar goes to both things. So just make sure to select both when you do your donation so you get maximum stream value.
So we
I
saw,
just saw there
saw-
when
Go for it.
when
You got
Jet
it.
got Engard back there, he was just mashing to lunge continuously because Engard got insanely buffed in this game compared to DKC2.
It's
If you just keep
ridiculous.
lunging, he kills everything, and the only thing that can kill Engard is the Lurchins and the Barbos. Those are the only things that can kill him, I believe.
He's a god. We saw Jet kill a fish with like the bottom of On Guard.
Yeah.
His hitbox when he's lunging is 360 degrees all the way around him. It's truly impressive. Shoutouts to this barrel. It spins the other way in you. It spins counterclockwise instead of clockwise.
This is a beautiful looking stage, by the way.
It is. It's true. It's also possibly the easiest level to do in the speedrun, despite being all the way in World 4.
Yes, 4.
Yeah, World 4. It's pretty straightforward. You damage boost a lot, and you just kind of ride the barrels. It's not particularly intensive. Shoutouts to the end there. But yeah, in general, not a lot to be said about this stage, so I'll talk about the version differences a little bit. This game has a lot of version differences between U and J, and a lot of them don't make a lot of sense. Like that barrel spinning the other way is one of them. The boat is faster, depending on what version you're. I don't remember which version is faster. I think J, the boat, is faster.
I'm not sure if it's faster, but they definitely changed the handling for the boat. So if you try to do boat movement on U and then try it again on J, you're not gonna get the same results.
Yeah, it's weird. Loading is different. Anyway, this level is very, very fun, very satisfying to do correctly, and also extremely perilous.
Yeah, we want to do this with solo Dixie as much as we can to reduce lag.
Yeah, this level lags a ton. Like, if you have a copy of this game, if you have like NSO or something, fire it up and play this level with 2 Kongs. It's crazy how much lag it generates. But Dixie ropes are faster than Kitty ropes. Kitty is very sluggish jumping up vertical or horizontal ropes, and Dixie can jump off them pretty much instantly. So we prefer Dixie in this stage.
I think we'll see a lot of rope climbing with Dixie later on.
Yeah.
Excellent rope climbing.
So this level also has the cool background, but unlike that last stage, is not simple. There are these tracker barrels, which their workings are pretty self-explanatory. They always move to catch you. But you fire on that cycle, and there's bees. Nice-o. So there's a lot of actually really precise positioning on how to get these shots out, while also like getting through the segments as quickly as possible, which is going to include some tricks here. Shoutouts to Ellie, we're not getting her.
Sadly.
Are we ever gonna play as Ellie?
Nah.
Nah.
We ain't doing that.
Well, maybe in the first level of Kramatoa.
Yeah, we'll be seeing Ellie again. Yeah, damage boost there to go over to this barrel without having to play that little lower segment. This is a cool one. You jump into that guy, you get this flutter. You can just like kind of barely make it. Doesn't really look like it's gonna work out, but it does. Harder than it looks.
That seemed pretty good.
Yeah, it was a good stage. Now
We
this
have
guy.
feed your fish.
This
Yeah.
guy. This heckin' guy. So this is Nibla. He's changing colors. He is allegedly our ally in this stage. He got that allergen, didn't he?
Yeah, I think the game in the credits even lists him as an animal buddy.
Amazing. So Nibla in this level has a timer that makes him change colors. And as he changes colors, he's getting hungrier. Yeah, that lurchin's yours. When he gets hungry enough, he chomps you. He gets very upset. Feeding him fish makes him less hungry. Hey, you're getting bit. Yeah.
Luckily, we had a DK barrel really close.
Yeah. He gets hungry from eating lurchins also. So you want to feed him fish and not lurchins. Fish reset the timer, lurchins make it tick down. But he has a mind of his own, and he works in mysterious ways. I have seen.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there are ways to make it despawn off screen.
You can do a lot of funny things with him. He does whatever he wants. Sometimes you will wave him over a fish for like 10 seconds, and he'll just sit here like, nah. But he will magnetize to a lurchin and like go grab it from Narnia. He will. You can get him off the screen entirely because he's just like, I gotta go get that guy, you know?
Yeah, sometimes he can seemingly despawn off screen, but then moments later he can return immediately.
He's just roaring
red
back.
and
He's like
you.
deep red. He's like, I'm out of here.
I
So,
love him.
so Squirt is.
What
tell
is
me what you
Squirt
guys see.
even?
This is Jar
What
Jar
in
Binks.
God's
stuck in
name
a
is that
wall.
thing?
This is Jar Jar Binks. There's a somewhat.
This is disgusting.
So Jet's actually doing a trick here that's somewhat more difficult than it might appear to just squeeze some frames out of what's normally a very simple boss fight. So he's sliding on that slope there. That's not for swag. That's on purpose. Didn't line it up there that time. Let's give us this like sub-pixel position here. Just letting you do that shot combination, which saves about a second over the course of the fight. That is an extremely extra optimization for what is functionally just an auto-scroller boss fight. So yeah, we gotta save the frames.
Ellie did something.
Yeah, that's honestly a really
Yeah,
sick...
shoutouts to Ellie.
Yeah, look at her. Look at Ellie. She fought that boss. It was fast.
Has Rambi ever fought a boss? I don't think so.
Yo,
Oh.
official Speed Docs Twitch channel says heck uglier Rambi.
Ooh.
Oh,
If you disagree, donate to
Ooh.
tell us why.
Ooh.
Blasphemy.
dang.
All right, so now that we have the turbo ski, we're actually going to deviate from the route. This is where we're going to do Krematoa, because this is the fastest point to do it. We have the fast boat. So driving some circles around there.
It's very easy to mess up the driving there.
I remember once the 103 record lost like 40 seconds to the boat.
Yeah, it can happen.
It's great. So this is what we needed those coins for. We're gonna skip. Yo!
Nice.
That was a frame perfect input. It didn't look like much, but it was. There's a frame where you can input the left button to leave the thing at the same time that you click the menu option to spend your coins, and that gets us out of here without having to sit through an animation. And now we're into Krematoa. This is the Lost World for this game. These levels are pretty notably harder. We would not be seeing them in 80%, so get hype. Shoes is dead.
Yeah, why are we getting the spider?
Because he turns into a K.
Ah.
Yep.
Wow.
We're gonna see Ellie again.
Yeah, so this is an auto scroller again, but don't sleep. This level's hard.
Yeah, this to me is like rickety race on steroids.
Yeah, it's like genuinely really easy to die here, or get hit or lose your bird in 103, which is functionally a death.
Now some of these hits are intentional, right?
Yeah. So unlike in every other Donkey game, well, I guess not in one, because one doesn't have this. When you're transformed into an animal in this game, when you take damage, your Kong order is actually being swapped. As opposed to like Donkey 1, where it's preserved, I believe, is the way that it works.
Donkey 2,
Donkey
yeah.
2.
it's-
Donkey 2, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
I know how to talk.
it preserves.
Yeah, Donkey 2 preserves Kong order. In this game, it doesn't. So by taking damage there, we swapped without swapping. It saves us the animation for that. It's a little micro optimization here. So now we're gonna go for a ride.
Should be seeing some zips on the stage, I believe.
Yeah,
nice.
I think so. Anyway, this level is in 103. You zip a lot. I'm unsure of the all Kong letters route, frankly. Fraud commentator there. You have to see that guy die or he doesn't die. Because the game is very particular like that.
So far, no zips.
Yeah, unfortunate. We'll confess to not being fully familiar with this part of the run.
Looks like fun though.
This is a very funny level. You,
With some awesome music.
Yeah, okay, damage boost there.
As
In
Glenn
103,
said in
in
the
103
chat,
we would have zipped
apparently-
like 4 times by now.
As Glenn said in the chat, apparently the zips here don't work on the Japanese version. I was
Oh.
actually unaware of that.
Yeah, I didn't know that the zips didn't work on Jay, frankly. Okay, thank you, Glenn, for being smarter than me.
Speaking of Glenn, we did get a donation in from Pork Belly for $3, who donated towards the change the language or choose the language for Glenn's All Dungeons Tears of the Kingdom run later, and says, "Make it Italian, make it all Italian."
God bless. Cannot shout out Glenn enough. I love that guy. So yeah, I guess no zips in this stage, in this category. I was kind of excited, but alas. Alright, anyway. Shouts to the Tyrant Twins. This level is very difficult casually.
In the speedrun too.
Pretty difficult in the speedrun too, yeah. take a little detour for the K there. These guys move in synchronicity with each other, which does mean if you kill them, they get very sad. They also make the greatest noise in the game.
Yeah.
But there's some very precise movement to get around the cycles with them. A little bounce off this guy for the end there. That hover is tricky. That hover is really tricky. There's a lot of stuff going on here. And now this cycle is different than what we would normally have here, because we had to go back for the G, so taking a damage boost to get around that. Now on to Swoopy. I would honestly say casually, this level is probably the hardest level in the game.
Yeah, I have to agree.
It's tough. We're playing as Squawks. We have ammunition. We're fully armed. There are a lot of times where you'll just like try to shoot and you'll hit the edge of the tree and it'll eat your shot. Sad. And these Swoopies have a really powerful hitbox. Yet another enemy that really doesn't show up very often outside of this stage. There's like one of them in like 2-4. Alright, here we go. We're zipping. We did it.
Hey.
Right, zip accomplished. Zip accomplished. Alright, we did it, chat room. So that zip, you like interrupt your team thrower animation with a bounce while you're throwing your guy into a corner. And up you go. Little damage boost here. G. You'd normally zip again, but we need to get the G.
Now everyone's favorite level.
Alright, now we gotta talk about him. This level is one of the reasons we're on J. There's just no G in this level in you. I believe it's the G. It's either the G or the N. The memory's a little fuzzy on it. It's just not there, man.
Yeah, they literally
They just didn't put it in the game. It's straight up just not there. So this may look like an auto-scroller, but it's really not. It's actually pretty tough to optimize.
Pretty hard, yeah.
You want to use the gas as little as possible to fall as quickly as possible, but not so fast that you ram the corner and die. And in this segment, you can bonk and lose speed. If you take too many bonks, you die.
I believe 2 bonks are already enough to kill you.
Yeah, it's
you don't have enough fuel to reach the top.
It's actually really easy to die casually here. Alright, we got the G. G is just not there.
I was shocked. I learned that just a little while ago. I was shocked.
It's just not there. There isn't one. Alright, that's Krematoa.
Yeah.
No reason to fight the boss because there's no.
Oh,
letters.
He gives us a decay coin anyway.
And there's no letters in the boss, so.
Now time for some sick Dixie rope action.
Yeah, this level is okay. A little precise jump over the barrel. We don't want Kitty because this level has a lot of auto fire barrels, and like I said a while ago, you lose time every single time you. Oh, that's nice.
Oh, that was Sedge.
Right, we're gonna get to see it again. So every time you fire out of a barrel, you lose some frames. So we jump over. It's actually a somewhat precise jump over that guy. Ironically, if he failed to jump, he would be alive right now. But
you also can see like a minor optimization that Jet is doing there. He's fluttering with Dixie before landing on the platform. He's doing that because sometimes, depending on the height which you jump with Dixie and land on the platform, she can get stuck on her landing animation for a little bit. So if you flutter before landing, you can jump right away.
Yeah, it's one of the little like weird inconsistencies between the two Kong's movement. Kitty can just jump when he lands, but Dixie's landing animation has a lot of lag. That was a really cool roll jump there to like grab that rope from that angle while also going around the guys. But Dixie jumps off of ropes immediately, which I alluded to earlier. Kitty doesn't. Oh yeah, I saw that, man. He's about to do the 80% thing, and then you remembered that the G was there.
Yeah, that was close.
You can't fool me. Alright. So we
You
don't
guys
have
like
two
more
guys.
auto scrollers?
We don't have two guys. Unfortunately, I couldn't show the auto scroller skip here. It's an extremely technically difficult way to skip the auto scroller, and it's way slower. But if you got any more donations, now's the time.
We haven't got any right this second, but I want to give an update. We are at $38 out of 125 for that hot dog percent run. So please get your donations in for that. I would love to see Kirby eat some hot dogs.
Kirby must eat hot dogs,
And-
people.
Just a reminder, we're still trying to keep that going for the favorite letter and favorite hot dog topping donations. So if you would like to share, I'd be happy to hear it. Since I'm the host, I'll go ahead and share mine. My favorite letter is Q. For Quill and all the fish, it has become part of my identity. So Q has become my favorite letter. And then my number one hot dog topping is cheese. Love me some cheese.
This next level. Okay, so this level is impossible. We got all the spheres of difficulty for the waterfall levels. We got the trivial one, we got the pretty hard one. This level's really quite difficult. Oop, okay, we're good. I believe that's a
Team trolls
2-1
to
jump.
skip some sections.
Yeah, a lot of team throw. This is one of the few vertically designed levels in this game. It's pretty much just the waterfall levels, honestly. Alright, up in 3, very cool. A lot of 2-1 jumps in this stage, which, going back to Chaos, double frame perfect. This strat is called Throw Your Guy. It's very old. This is ancient DKC3 lore. Another 2-1 jump here. So that was very cool. Also, shouts to G.
50 lives.
Jet's consistency with the 2-1 jump is insane.
He's really, really good. So now it's time for the Purple Strawberry Milkshake Factory. Shoes the Spider is in some ways very similar to DKC2, in some ways not. There are some micro inconsistencies between the two's behavior when it comes to making webs. The instant web trick in this game kind of works, but it's not the same. If you input it on the same exact frame in this game, LNR, it'll drop and you won't get a web, and you'll be sad.
This game
now
they also made the webs have collision with terrain. So if he opens a web next to a wall, he presses R or whatever, it's going to open immediately when it touches the wall.
Right. So now he's a little bit off of his cycle because of a little drop there. Oh, shouts to the end. It's a really cool grab there. Also, Shoes upgraded his kicks in this game. He can jump on it. Nope! Goodbye.
They look like a failed
Yep.
platform spawn.
Yeah. Can happen because you're too frame perfect. Just too optimal. And
Punished for being too good at the game.
yeah, pretty much. A little annoying, but it's like the number one thing I see people like playing DKC2. They come to DKC3 and they're like, why do the webs suck? It's like, you're just too good, I'm sorry. Gotta get used to that little one frame delay. Woo! Okay, we're good.
No scary.
A little scary. Also, shoutouts to that actually not being hitbox there. You can stand on those like little dividers between the vats.
It looks tight, but there's actually quite a big window that you can stand on them.
Yeah,
It's relatively safe.
You'd never think of that when you're like playing the game. It's like you would never think like, hey, you can just stand there. Confident they would destroy you. Lemguins. Lemguin Lunge. This is a really, really cool stage.
And difficult to optimize.
Lemguins have strange hitboxes. They are alien creatures. When you roll through them, can sometimes feel like a mystery. When they hit you as a mystery. But for some freebies, when a Limblin is initially leaving its tunnel, you can always roll through it no matter what.
Even if you just stand on top of the little tunnel thingy, they will immediately die as they try to come out.
Yeah. And you can roll onto them from above, like off the top of that house there. That ending segment, bouncing off of them like that, is
Deceptionally difficult.
It's very frightening. Their hitboxes are mysterious. It is very easy to die. Now it's time for the guy. All right,
Time to fight him, right?
Yeah, we're gonna fight him. No, you died!
Oh, no. Okay, let's try again. Let's try to fight him again.
Yeah, so...
It's just giving Bleak a chance.
Yeah. Dude, Jed is not good at this boss.
Understandable, it's very
Didn't
difficult.
practice the boss, man. It's impossible. So I'll cut the shtick here. There's a frame perfect trick in this boss fight. It's exclusive to the J version. It's based on a sound cue. And Jed is not hitting it, which is very standard DKC3 marathon behavior.
It's very in here and just lose like a minute.
But there's a frame of your death animation where if you hit start and then select, the game just thinks you win.
It's just start, yeah.
Just lets you out of the stage. All right, there we go. We're out of here.
Not too bad. Nice.
Fourth try breaks even with doing the fight.
What's happening there is that in the Japanese version, they, for some reason, decided to allow you to pause the game during your death animation. And the way the game does screen transitions is it waits for the screen to fully fade to black. And if the screen fades out to black, when the game paused, the game assumes that you are quitting out of the stage because under normal means, under normal gameplay, the only way that a fade out can happen while you're paused is if you are start selecting out of the stage. So the game thinks that's what you're doing and it boots you out of it while counting the level as completed. And the time is that you have to press start the very same frame that the fade out starts, because as soon as the fade out starts, it cancels your inputs.
I actually never knew why that worked, so that's really fascinating.
Does that work in other stages of this game?
Seemingly no.
Yeah, maybe.
I think Jet tried and couldn't get it to work.
Yeah. So this level, by the way, the Bee's hitbox is very, very bad, and Quox's hitbox is very peculiar. So a lot of this level is supposed to be based around like these barrels and like finding ways to do that. We're not doing any of that. We're gonna fly around the guys. Also, at the very start of the stage, he tried to do a deceptively... It didn't look like anything, but he tried to do a thing where you can like input a frame, jump on a frame while you're throwing a DK barrel and get like a higher jump. I don't know how many other people would have seen that. Also, shoutouts to Boomer Skip. This guy is fine. The bear is fine.
Bear in, by the way.
The bear is fine. Something of a side effect of doing a Boomer Skip is that the bears become very normal for the rest of the game.
I mean, have you never seen a bear changing colors in real time like that?
Yeah, they do that.
He looked at the solar eclipse without the glasses at the beginning.
He did. That's exactly what happened. Alright, so burn your rope.
Burn your rope update.
Yeah, burn your rope update. Jet's doing pretty well. Weak sucks. We died once. Other than that, run's going... Oh, twice. Died twice. Run's going pretty well. Marathon is very cool. If we have any more donations, this level is a extremely long, very boring auto-scroller, so... If we got any more hot dogs, I would love to hear about them.
You know, we didn't get any more donations yet, but I will like to take a second to talk about the charity for a minute. So we were trying to get some donations here, so let me give you an example of what $10 can do. $10 to save the children can provide a high nutrient peanut paste to a malnourished child for 10 days. So you're able to provide all the nutrients that a child needs for 10 days for just $10. And that will help save the children, as the name implies. So get those donations in, get the hot dogs, which are not high in nutrition, but thankfully they are digital hot dogs, and the peanut paste is for real.
That's truly very important. We feed the children, so you can help out and also meme, and I think we can all agree with that. You know, if you don't want to donate for a hot dog, donate to tell me what world you think Mechanos is. Whatever makes you happy.
I mean, there's only one true answer anyway.
There is only one correct answer, and I think we all know what it is.
You can also say heck or unheck Ellie,
True!
depending on how you feel about her.
Let me
Please
know.
unhack Ellie.
Let me know whatever it is that you feel. Also, shouts to the G there. Right. Technically, you can skip this auto-scroller, but it is not RTA viable. You can, jump up the rope. As long as your inputs continue to be frame perfect, you can just keep going. Right, Floodlit. Fish is all-powerful in this game. He is a god in Piscean form.
Yeah, but his weaknesses are the Lurchins. Specifically.
Yeah, like 2 frames of their animation, they can damage him. Any other time, he wins. He's just majestic, just sailing through the water here. Like,
In this
look
game,
at him
right?
go.
Not any other donkey game.
Look at him go, man. Like, oh, okay, that was the 2
Yeah, there it
frames.
is, the 2-framer. I believe it's 2 frames. I'm not sure
It's
if
like
that's
2 frames of the or 4 frames of the animation, I think, actually. That doesn't translate out to 4 frames of, like, window, because, like, they move at varying speeds sometimes. It's just about, like, what part of the animation they're in, so... Some of them go faster or slower than others.
Yeah, sometimes
go real
Jet
fast.
delays his descent a little bit to try to time it so he doesn't hit the Lurchin when they're closed.
Yeah, unlike the other dark levels, there's no lag associated with lighting it up, but hitting the guys slows you down. Alright, let's see if you can get Lockjaw. That's not it.
Ah, dang.
Like, maybe you can't do it in this category now that I think about it, because yeah, you gotta get the K from that guy.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, so... It's possible to skip this parrot, but we need the K, so not doing that. We need the O too, so we can't do the flap over there to get the fish without having to deal with the other fish. And just a little more showing of On Guard being broken. Get used to it. He's got some more time in the sun yet. We'll be seeing the fish 2 more times. One of them he will not quite get to display his full power, but the other one will be pretty hype. We had to get Ellie, so that was a divergence from many percent. There's no other way to get the end there, because Ellie floats at the top of the water, and you jump higher out of the water with her. So we got her a little extra time in the sun. Normally you would 2-1 jump to the left there and skip a pretty significant segment of this stage, but there are letters over here. Oh, goodbye.
Oh.
Oh, that was a nasty bonk.
Yeah, just tried to jump just a little too early out of that tunnel there, so somewhat owned.
I hope we don't run out of lives.
I think
Yes,
we're good, but
Truly
what else?
huge number of lives, honestly.
between this
It
and the
is kind of
snowman.
sad. Shouts to the oh, that's devious. All right, cool damage boost here. There's another vertically designed level, so a lot of like opportunities to damage us. Usually there'd be opportunities to team throw, but we can't do that. Shouts to that bit of movement there. Very cool, creative rolling under that. I think the rope levels in this game are all actually like really sick.
They are, yeah.
They have a lot of creative, clever movement. Navigate the obstacles while moving as quickly as possible. I hate this guy. I'm just gonna get that out of the way right now. I strongly dislike the Barbos. Alright, so that was a very
Perfect phase one.
optimal phase one. That was very good. This guy is he's very tricky. So Jet's going even further beyond by doing this like little like weave in and out there. You can squeeze in there and just kind of like chill, but by like weaving in and out in between it, you get the guys to hit the little shell shields faster than normal. That was an insane Barbos fight. That was like truly, that was Super Saiyan. That was even further beyond.
Do not understand his hitbox.
His hitbox is mystifying.
Yeah, I'm thoroughly confused about what is and isn't damaging there.
It's tough.
You gotta get a feel for it because
It's all damaging unless you're. It's all damaging unless you're Jet, because Jet doesn't take damage there. I take damage every time. Alright, so now conveyor rope. We're moving into the last world of the game, which has some very present gimmicks in the levels. Like the levels have had gimmicks a lot, but World 7 has some very, very noticeable ones. These ropes, they go either left or right. Obviously, if they're going right, we want to ride them because it's fast. If they're going left, we don't because it's slow. Like, zoom. Look at that. Get the N out of that bird there.
I never realized how many letters were in birds.
Yeah. I think that damage is intentional, yeah.
Yeah, I like that damage boost.
Yeah. The G, go all the way down here because those are all negative ropes. Yeah, that level goes fast. It's really satisfying to do correctly. Now we get to roll the dice. This is the RNG cavern.
These barrels, they're RNG, but I don't think it's all of them. I think some are still more random than the others, but at least some of them have a little gimmick where the first 3 spawns are random, then the 4th one is the one you want.
So the way that it works, to my understanding, is that it rotates through the combinations, but it can only give you the wrong result like a certain number of times. You're guaranteed
Unlike the G,
with it. Ooh,
you know, unlike the GBA version where they made it fully random and you
Full
can
random.
lose full minutes
So
just waiting for
bad.
the barrel.
yeah. So the way I understand it to work, and I may be not entirely correct, is that it reuse a position until it goes through all of its positions. So it can give you the wrong, all of the different wrong ones, but after it does that, it has to give you the right one eventually. So there's a limit to how unlucky you can get. You team up there under that one to just like give you some freeze frames to check the frame. It's kind of clever. If that one is in position in the first one, you actually can't get to it in time. It's very rude, actually. G's down here.
You did a little moonwalk there to manipulate the camera so the barrels wouldn't spawn early enough that it would get him killed.
Yeah, the moonwalk is really sick. That's a more recent optimization.
That's
It's
another
old
fan
now because
favorite
I'm
level.
old. But... Oh yeah. So, the lightning. The eternal question, is the lightning random? A little
There
bit.
is RNG, yes.
It's a little random. The way that it works is that the game has an interval, and after that interval, it rolls on every frame to see if it spawns lightning. So the lightning can be a couple of frames desynced from what you're expecting it to be. The lightning chooses where it's going to land based on your directional input at the time when that frame is decided. So when the game decides to spawn a lightning bolt, it looks at what you're pushing on the D-pad, your current forward momentum, and it places the like chaser bolt there. Every time
The
you
RNG
take
that it
damage,
uses.
anytime you take damage or break open a DK barrel and cause freeze frames from getting another guy, there is a grace period where lightning bolts cannot spawn. And
It
Jet
resets
got
their
through that pretty
timer.
well.
Yeah, that was a really good stage. So the way the line uses RNG, because it's an age-old question, is there RNG or not? So I decided to look into it, and yes, the lighting does call the RNG function. So what it does with it is just uses it as an offset. So it calculates, after it's done calculating the position, it can offset it a bit to the left or a bit to the right, depending on the RNG. So that's why sometimes you can have perfect movement and still get killed.
Yeah, what a stage. You just gotta react to it when the game decides to throw you a curveball. Shouts to Just Defends, shouts to Coin Dozers, they have the worst hitbox in this entire game, and that's saying a lot. If they can just kind of kick you into the abyss when they're at like a tiny little slant to the side. It's like, yeah.
Another really nicely done stage.
Yeah. That
Deceptively
level is
difficult.
impossible as Kitty. Like, it's actually
yeah.
really difficult to do that level with Kitty Kong. You should try it sometime. It's not fun. Okay,
We
up
have
here.
inverted controls.
Yeah. The purple in Donkey always stands for inverted.
In
So-
the DKC2, when K. Rool inverts her controls, the purple smoke actually inverts up and down as well, which is not the same for this game, thankfully.
Up and down is still up and down, which is very important because we're a fish now. And if up and down was inverted for the fish, this would be even more disorienting. This is his final running. Everybody say goodbye to the bronze god that is DKC3 on guard. We're about to see the last of him. Goodbye.
Nice to have a donkey game where on guard is good.
The one
the only
game,
one.
the one game where we can say that there are no problems with On Guard. He is true. I mean, if anything, the problem is he's too good. He's insane. But all of the standard rules of swimming apply. You don't want to touch corners. You don't want to do any of that. But you're also doing it while inverted. And this is like the hardest thing in the game right here. Jumping out of the water right here at the end of the stage.
Yeah,
Actually,
I've definitely
impossible.
gotten stuck there trying to jump out multiple times.
Everybody has like sat there and just jumped in and out of the water for like 5 seconds. Like, come on!
See the
That's all
return
the
of
call letters
chaos
then.
here.
Yep, we got all the Kong letters. Congratulations. Now we just have to beat the game.
So Chaos is the final boss.
Chaos is the final boss.
Yeah, there's nothing after chaos.
There's nothing after Chaos.
Looks like there's something behind that window, but it's just your eyes playing tricks on you. Behind the curtain.
Goodbye, Chaos. It's over just like that.
See, we even turned our backs towards the curtain because there's nothing there.
Oh, see some black gloves.
What? K. Rool all along. See ya, kitty. That's so good. All right, this fight
Slightly
is,
faster to do this fight with solo Dixie.
This fight is really, really difficult to optimize. Like genuinely extremely hard compared to like every other K. Rool fight where it's an auto scroller. So he's gonna come at us with a bunch of different phases. This first one is not too bad. Got those like little reverse hits with the barrel. This one, oh my goodness gracious.
That is really tight and really scary with just a single Kong.
I'd never actually seen that before. That's nutty.
Chad is a god as usual.
What the?
That was swag.
The barrel
That
drop?
was pure swag. Yeah, that's
Yeah, if you do the inputs just right, you can jump while you start the animation of Dixie dropping the barrel down, and you can do
just
an
showing
airdrop
off
like that.
now. But like,
Yeah, he's
you
just
can see
that
how
good.
perilously close he's taking it. Every part of K. Rool is a damaging hitbox, including that little propeller twirling there. And now for this like last phase, this lightning is going to go at an interval. The lightning needs to hit K. Rool for him to take damage, so you have to go as fast as possible. And that leaves you very little like error room to do all of this, not clank with K. Rool and lose your barrel. And
Perfect
that's fine, by
fight.
the way.
GG.
Yeah,
But
that's
yeah,
time.
that fight is really difficult, and Jet did a
That
really
was,
good
that was a
job
great
there.
fight.
Yeah, it was
Great
pretty
run.
This
perfect.
game is really difficult as a speedrun, and Jet did a pretty great job.
You see a cameo from Diddy and Donkey there.
They're here. Look at him.
It's
Chatting
Donkey
it up.
Kong's country. Look at him go.
It's his country.
Really great job. To Jet, of course, for running, but also you guys for the commentary, Basement, A10CJ, and Blue Imp. You guys did a great job. I really enjoyed watching and listening to you guys talk about it.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, it was my pleasure.
Thank
And,
you, thank you.
just Huge shout outs to Jet for letting us be here. Shouts to Jet in general. Cool guy.
God Gamer.
Phenomenally skilled at this game. Like, honestly,
Can we
this
get one
dude's
of those shout out commands in the chat for Jet so we can get people to go follow him?
also, Cranky's dead. It's over for him, actually.
Rip Cranky.
Taking him out back.
All right, do you guys have anything else that you'd like to shout out before we head out to intermission before Kirby
yeah.
Air Ride?
Yeah. If you like anything you saw in these last two games, head out to the DKC Speedrun Wiki and the DKC Speedrun Discord, which is just dkcspeedruns.com. Everyone there is super chill, super nice. Take easy questions, hard questions, anything you want. These games are really fun. Big part of growing up for me. I love all three of these games, and seeing people play them to go fast and like all the like clever optimizations and tricks that people find to this day is really fun to be a part of, and we would have anybody who wants to be a part of that. Anyone
It's
else?
a wonderful community, yeah.
Yeah, shout out to the Donkey community.
All right, thank you guys, and thank you, Jet, for the run. We're going to take a short little break, and then we'll be back with Kirby Air Ride from Pear Strike.
Also a phenomenal game. I love it.
Congratulations.